have started the Act 1, it looks like. Blazed taking that plane control.
The opening cut. He picked it. Blaze running with the MP7, takes out Goes. Rengar taking out M. Blaze taking out Rengar in response. It is 3v3 right now. Smitty takes out Blaze. That is a big upset because it will mean that they've lost some control of that plane. We've got two players stacked from Team Gabi in the plane right now. Sheaf and Dunk, both still up for Team Dunk. Now, traditionally, they were on the rotate on the outside. We're seeing that now with Sheaf on that SVD with the long-range scope. Does get taken out by Gabi.
Yeah, managed to get the job done with the hollow sight on the MDR, going against the razor scope of the SVD.
Gabi with very strong control. 30 seconds until that capture point comes online. Dunk is still on the outer here, looking for anyone trying to do the rotate.
Familiar spot here. Whenever we saw Dunk being last alive Airpit on their first match, it was always in this area here.
That's it. And Dunk definitely needs to play the time a little bit here. Now, with 3 players up, you would think that Team Gabi would prioritize going for that capture point because they know that they can afford to lose a player in that early push. And there it is. Walker is on the capture point. He is laying down. They have some info of where they think Dunk might be. Walker seems to think that she's going to be up on that sniper point, but she isn't there yet, but will be in a moment. But it is too late. Walker gets the capture off, and that is the first round going to Team Gabi here on Airpit.
Yeah, it was kind of a gamble there, really, isn't it? If it was the other cap point, Dunk definitely would have been in a better spot to defend that. But having to cross the map and prevent a cap, it was almost an impossible task that she left herself. So, first round of map 2 going to Team Gabi.
On board with Gabi here, we see that they are prioritizing the push into that plane as they've done in so many of the previous rounds. Gabi moving into the lower level with 2 stacking up top, getting ready to do the pre-fire there. No one laying down the far end, but an interesting rotation out.
Yeah, is the player dip out for the right, doesn't go for the chase because she knows Sheaf's going to be holding with that SVD, goes with the double kill, takes out Sheaf and Atom.
And that is a big hit to the crowd control of Team Dunk. MzDunk going down to Walker as well. Walker also taking out Blaze. M now all alone around that plane. They do know he's there. He gets some shots off, does take out Rengar, does take out Gabi, but goes down to Goes.
That loud foul. It's one of my favorite sounds in Tarkov all round. Goes running it for this map currently.
It does strike fear into the heart of other players, that is for sure.
That was a strong push, though, early on by Team Gabi. It was almost 2 high, 1 low, all taking the plane.
Smitty looking for anyone doing the push over the mid, and we saw that earlier, someone dropping off the center. Blaze has taken out Goes, and Walker has taken out M. Blaze going down to Gabi there, that MDR so very strong, but loses out to Adam on the reload. Adam also taking out Walker, meaning this is a 2v3. Smitty and Rengar up against Dunk, Adam and Sheaf. Rengar, though, goes down to Adam there. 3v1, Smitty the last person remaining for... Oh, and we seem to be glitched into the wall a little bit there, and it kind of launched him into the center. And Sheaf with the celebratory TK at the end there. That is the first point on the board for Team Dunk.
Yeah, it was a strong start. A few early kills there, but didn't use that to their advantage. Got picked off in a few 1v1s there. And eventually Smitty being left on his own there.
And unfortunately, it looked like he got a bit caught out by the auto vault mechanic there, which is, you know, can be a little bit frustrating. And I know that a lot of our players do turn the auto vault off for that very reason. Walker taking out Blaze, like barely a pixel out of place, but he's able to see it. Adam does take out Gabi there. leveling the playing field 4v4 right now. Heavy damage to M, but also some damage to Goes as well. M, heavy bleed, taking a moment to stop that. He is missing an arm and a tummy. Goes missing an arm, does have that heavy bleed there. Sheaf taking out Smitty, that single SVD shot. You know that he paused for a second too long. Rengar taking out Adam though. It is 3v3, both teams still very much in the match. We have 30 seconds remaining until that capture point comes online. Aggressive plays by Sheaf with the SVD. Pushing with the DMR is a skill, I will say. Taking out Rengar there. Joined by his teammate that looked like M. And it was M taking out Goes. Sheaf going down to Walker, who is rotating around the outside. That's the thing. You might be fighting it out in the plane, but you need to remember that there will be players moving around the outside of the map looking for any picks that they can get, and that's exactly what Walker did there.
M's got eyes on that. Did take a pop shot at him, which means he knows that Sheaf's going to be holding an angle somewhere with that long-range SVD. Can't put a foot wrong here. Sees them both, one on the wing, one in the middle.
Loses a leg, doesn't have it. Yeah, no PK. There it is. PK is in effect. Gets the reload off at the same time.
Oh, they're both tightly grouped here. Is MzDunk and M.
M and Walker both both not in a great way there, Iron. They're missing limbs, they're bleeding. Oh, Walker with the kill on Dunk, which means that we are left with two very hurt players. I think the cleanup crew are about to enter the arena, and they are. Both our players, again, I think when that toxin comes into effect, they're going to be knocked down very, very quickly.
Yeah, Walker's the one that has the advantage here with 2 extra limbs compared to M's. Just a thorax and a head.
M on the capture point, though.
Walker
trying to get over there.
Only has 5 seconds to deny that cap, but M defends it well.
Heard that audio, knew where he was coming from, and got the shot off, meaning that once again, we are seeing the scorecard level between both of these teams.
That was a back and forth round. Could have gone either way.
Teams charge out of their spawns. Walker with the wide flank around to the right. Again, we'll probably slow down in a moment to try and hold off any push, but no, he hasn't. He has pushed fairly aggressively into the center here, vaulting up into a spot that gives him a good overwatch into German. M has taken out Smitty. Ghost has taken out Blaze. And we've just seen M go down to Gabi and Sheaf take out Walker. Obviously saw that pick there. 2v3 with Adam going down to Gabi. Heavy damage to the thorax of Goes there. Rengar hunting through underneath the airplane. Here's so much metal audio above. Rengar seems convinced that there is a player in German. Steve, of course, creeping around not too far away, just on the other side of the plane. Not a bad expectation from Rengar here. We have seen MzDunk quite often in those back shops. And there it is, Gabi taking out Sheaf.
Big kill for this round. MzDunk gets another kill, makes it a 2v1. Makes it 1v1 with that kill on Ghost.
It is Captain v Captain right now. 45 seconds to capture that point. Are we going to see this go to the capture, or are we going to see our two captains duking it out between the two of them? MzDunk taking a second to get that heal off. Her head still looking a little bit crimson. Gabi missing an arm, missing a stomach. But both of these players, you know, a little bit injured, but both very much still in the fight.
Yeah, for sure.
10 seconds until the cleanup crew. Oh, and Gabi sees just like a pixel out of place, but that is all she needed to put the pain onto the opposing captain. MzDunk going down, giving a 3rd point victory to Team Gabi.
We'll see if they go back to trying to get plane control here. We've seen them working the flanks in the last few rounds, and it going either way. Sometimes working, sometimes not. Whereas plane control was working well for them to start out with.
Well, they know they can win those fights, and hey, we love to watch them. Walker taking out M, opening headshot there again from that cheeky angle out the side. Yeah, Adam though takes that game.
How many times are you going to use the angle before he gets checked now?
It's
Takes
a
out
hard
Blaze
one
as
to
well.
repel. And there it is. Sheaf has countered him, but not before he was able to take out 2 players. Right now, Sheaf definitely thinking, how are you still alive? Lost an arm in the process, a heavy bleed on board, but knows that opposing player is in a world of hurt.
Has 2 heavy bleeds on goes that nearly had his head blacked out.
Smitty taking out Adam and Sheaf. It is a 1v2 right now. Goes very, very injured, but Dunk all on her own against these 2 absolute demon PvP players. We have 20 seconds until that capture point comes online. I don't think we're going to see a capture here. I think we're going to see them both steamroll into the plane. Yeah,
they know a position now. That she took some shots there at goes.
The mouse kit of Goes, I will say, is probably my pick of loadouts for, I guess, the tier 3 selection for versatility.
Well, I see a loud foul I like. That's the simple equation for me. Can hear the movement, but playing it patient here. 20 seconds to go until cleanup.
Exactly. You know, even with that cleanup crew coming out, you know, with Team Gabi having 2 players up, that is a pretty decent advantage. Dunk obviously wanting to be very, very close to that capture point when the cleanup crew do come in, remembering that generally the cleanup crew will head for the plane, which will potentially give Dunk an opportunity to run out onto that capture point.
Smitty still and Goes both still holding firm on the plane. 1 high, 1 low. And MzDunk gets eyes on those raiders walking in.
Smitty puts shots down.
Oh, it kills 3 raiders there and then goes down.
It's always an interesting play. Goes well in cover here, but the raiders will rush that point. I would say right now, MzDunk is definitely in a stronger position. We've just seen the radiation come into effect. The health of both of our players starting to tick down.
Yeah, and with Goes having the disadvantage of no legs and an arm, he's going to have a lower max health and needs to get those heals in.
But he is very near the raiders that were killed by Smitty, which means additional ammo, additional guns, additional health, and that can be very, very important in these hold-offs. This is I'm getting a feeling of deja vu here, Iron. Remember the longest ever heal-off we ever had in the cleanup crew happened with our players in these positions. One of them sitting in behind the counter and one sitting in the bottom of the plane. So I think that was what, 8 minutes and 25 seconds was the longest we've ever seen. So oh, and there it is. Killer is in there pushing Goes dropping out of the plane.
He's in a fairly open position here. Could get pushed by the cleanup crew. There they go.
And there it is. Dunk taking the win by positioning herself very, very well there.
Yeah, it's part of the strategy for Arena really is to put yourself in the right position for that cleanup crew. Trying to, you know, win that heal off and find yourself in a position where you can either stay safe or fight raiders or prevent a push, a third party from the PMC while you're fending them off. So gets the job done to tie it up to 3-3.
Walker, a bit of a different play this time. He's charged into the center. He's jumping over the top, looking for that angle, and he does. He gets it on Sheaf there. Sheaf barely exposing a pixel, but that was all he needed. Smitty also taking out M, which means a 5v3. Blaze taking out Rengar. Adam taking out Goes. Also sees a second in the lower, tries to put shots through that barrier. We see the quick reload, but Walker doesn't give him the chance to finish. There is Smitty taking out Blazed. It is now Dunk all on her own up against Gabi, Smitty, and Walker. Gets some shots off, but isn't able to stick the kill.
Yeah, it's going to get collapsed on here, I feel like, in the burger shop. They could just hold off, but they won't let her pick her off one by one here. Gets eyes on the plane wing and gets the kill.
That's it. Hesitated there. We saw like a single pixel out of place, and that was all Gabi needed. Again, an absolute nail biter again, Iron.
Yeah.
They're going round for round.
Another impressive angle. I think everybody's sat at home watching this and taking notes of Walker's angles up on those barrels and just peeks those sandbags. And as soon as he saw a pixel of a head, spraying across with the hollow sight and getting the kill on Sheaf early on that round. So here he goes again with another one.
That's it. And can I just say, 210 Walker is currently 10-2 Walker if you look at the scoreboard.
How many name changes are you allowed in the arena?
Goes, puts shots down, doesn't get any kills there though. Takes a little bit of damage in return. No one exposing themselves to the cheeky angle of Walker. He has moved off there. Gabi does take out Adam. Smitty not looking too well right now, taking a second to get the heal off. Has a bleed there to stop, but M doesn't let him finish. Ooh, and there's Rengar going down to MzDunk. And then Gabi takes out the opposing team captain, meaning that we are into a 3v3 situation.
Now versus MDR, Foul comes out on top.
You saw the panicked run forward, thinking that they were going to get swung on the right-hand side there, but it didn't happen, and unfortunately caught with their gun down and probably almost out of ammo. Oh, Sheaf goes down to Walker, not expecting to see a player back there towards the spawn.
Yeah, was caught in a 1v3. Heard the suppressed AK, wasn't expecting it to wrap round through spawn. Goes down, and it's 5-3 on map 2.
2-point advantage to Team Gabi. This is exactly where they want to be to get that second win on the board. Again, this is a best of 5, meaning that you need to win 3 of the maps to move forward in the lower finals bracket, which we'll be coming back for tomorrow. Walker seeing that run over into German.
Ooh.
Oh, and Sheaf with the cheeky peek.
Heavy bleed, light bleed, lost both arms and a leg as Sheaf was still in the fight. 3v4 in the advantage of Team MzDunk. Gabi trying to hold down plane. There's a teammate lower.
Smitty takes out Blaze.
Atom takes out
Adam.
Goes.
That's a big upset for them there, Iron.
Yeah, it really is. But they're still holding down a plane, one high, one low. Keeping that position. MzDunk taken out. Smitty. And M taken out. Gabi to bring it to 4-5. They will want to try and push for the win here. Obviously, map 2, Airpit being the team pick of MzDunk, so they want to feel like they're stronger here and show, you know, some force here on their map picks. It's definitely a boost when a team wins a map on an opposing team's map pick.
Exactly right, and I mean, it might have been their map pick, but they are up against Goes and Walker, and you know we've seen some pretty wild things from both of them.
100%.
Walker currently on 12 kills, by the way.
Yeah, leading the charge for Team Gabi on this map.
Sheaf did hear Walker. We might actually see him getting up behind him here. M getting the heal off. All 10 players still up. This feels like the longest we've seen all of our players alive for.
Yeah. They have got a fairly advanced position here in the plane, but not being opposed on it. They've kind of given up that position and saying, we'll let you have the plane. We'll try and pick off your teammates while you hold off in there.
And these are the strategy change-ups that we've been calling out. And there it is. Sheaf takes out Walker. I knew that those two were going to end up dicing it out, but I had no idea that Sheaf would get out on top. You know, that close CQB fight between an SVD and an AK. But, oh, there it is. Rengar takes out Sheaf. Smitty takes out Adam. M takes out Smitty in response. It is a 3v3 right now. Heavy damage to MzDunk and to M. Very, very slight advantage, I would say, to Team Gabi, except that M does have control of the lower floor of the plane. 5 seconds remain until the capture point does come online.
Here's the heal.
Put shots through.
Go for the bang. Cap point's active. Again, it'll be one of those. I don't think we'll see people going for the cap point. They're going to be going for the kills, and Ghost gets one on M there, making it a 3v2 with 30 seconds until cleanup.
Blaze with his MP7, prioritizing the move over to the capture point there, or he might be looking to run that timer down, get the cleanup crew in here, and then just try and run, like, play his chances with them.
Yeah, that's right. I feel like I said, I feel like it's one of those rounds where they're not going to be going for cap. They're going to hold off positions until cleanup become active, and they bring it to a 2v2 now.
Cleanup crew have entered the arena. Heavy damage to MzDunk. All three other players still at full health. Rengar and Gabi up against Blazed and MzDunk.
As you said, they're the ones holding up in the plane. That usually does get pushed by the Raiders, so MzDunk's just going to hope to do what she's done before when the cleanup will become active and play for time. Yeah, Gabi getting caught out here. Heavy damage to the thorax, light bleed, heavy bleed, lose the stomach, and now that toxin taking effect as well.
This was quite the turnaround. It did look like Team Gabi had the advantage before the cleanup crew came in, but it looks like Dunk and Blaze both in very strong positions to hold off these Raiders. Dunk looking for Gabi anywhere, while Dunk is looking to just sort of keep herself in the match. And there it is. Tagilla takes out Gabi. We are back to 5-5. They are going round for round again, Iron. I swear our players today, our tournament competitors, are just trying to keep me as stressed as possible. Keep me on the edge of my seat, my heart rate high. Because I can tell you now, I don't feel like, apart from that 1-7-0 round, I don't think we've actually seen any matches that weren't just a neck-and-neck race to the finish.
100%. This one is just a battle of Walker and Sheaf. Whoever wins that 1v1 seems to win in the round so far.
That's right. Both of those players able to sway the flow of each round.
The Team Gabi got 3 up in the plane, 1 low, 2 high. Gabi getting a kill on Atom. Smitty getting that kill on M3D. 5v3.
Heavy damage to Sheaf as well, taking a moment to stop that bleed. He has a black thorax, Iron.
Yeah, this isn't good. Hasn't got long left in this raid, in this round, and needs to make the most of it while he does have a chance. Try and pick off 1, maybe 2, with it being a 3v5.
Or at least get info for Blazed and Dunk. And there it is.
Oh, and it's Smitty Stone's upstairs, killing him.
Gabi with lower plane control. In fact, Team Gabi probably have entire map control, given that it is currently a 5v2 as we count down to the capture phase kicking off right now. They have 45 seconds until the cleanup crew enter the arena. Rengar taking out Blaze, meaning that MzDunk is now all on her own against the 5 players of Team Gabi. Team Gabi on the capture point now. That's going to force MzDunk's hand. 5 seconds on the timer. She needs to get up there and try and put shots onto that capture point. She goes for the jump shot over and it doesn't work. Taken out by Gabi. That would have been spectacular if it had worked.
Aiming in the right direction. The player was correctly prone behind the boxes, so in cover, but taking it to 6-5 now for Team Gabi. Just one round away from winning this map, and more importantly, taking a 2-map advantage going into map 3. Their pick as well. Yeah, and that's a pivotal point as well. If Team Gabi do take a second map, it will mean that for any chance of progression, Team MzDunk will need to win 3 in a row.
And that is a lot of pressure, and I can tell you that is not something that I'd want to try and do. They definitely need to look at banking at least one of these maps.
100%.
To keep that. Although, looking at what we're seeing right now, with only MzDunk and Sheaf still remaining against all 5 Team Gabi players, it could be over for our second map, which means that Team Gabi will have the first 2 maps and only require 1 more. That is a very strong position for them to be in.
Yeah, and we've been talking all day about Team Gabi and Bay 5, and that'll be the map that they'll be trying to prevent them taking a 3-0 to advance. They're not overcommitting here, despite being in a 5v2 advantage. Smitty does go down, take out another player there, so MzDunk left to fight for a team against a full team of MzGabis. Does see ahead, takes a few pot shots through the window, but now they know where she is.
And with 5 players, you can almost guarantee that capture point is going to be used.
Takes out the opposing captain, though. Going down, swinging it, not going down without a fight. Prevents the cap.
Oh.
Goes down to Rengar, and there it is. Map 2. 7-5 victory for Team Gabi, and like we said, more importantly, that's a 2 lead for Team Gabi going into map 3, and which is going to be Bay 5.